Hey guys, Makeup by Mara here. I am here with Kimberly, and we are back for our triumphant tutorial return of 2017. She's been home for the past few months watching cartoons all day.
That's all I watch.
So we're gonna name it Shimmer and Shine, inspired by one of her favorite cartoons. So we're gonna do a really pretty natural, dewy look and add some, shimmer and shine, but in a natural way. Kim has been doing really natural looks lately.
Yeah, it's like sometimes I look at our show and I'll see all of the highlighter we would use, like so much highlighter, like caked on our face. It looks crazy. So I just want like a natural way to like make you look like you glow and still have the highlighter, but just not caked on.
So we're gonna get started. I did a little bit of a cream foundation. So I'm using a little bit of the Laura Mercier translucent base powder, and I'm just applying it with a clean, fluffy brush. This is setting the foundation that I applied on her lids. I like to usually do a cream eyeshadow, and I like to follow with a powder eyeshadow, and what this does is it creates texture on the eyelids. So I'm going to be using this cream color stick by Wow by Woju. It's a pretty color, and I'm just going to apply it towards the lash line here, straight from the stick itself. It's super easy, and then you don't have to worry about this coming off. And you guys know I like to blend everything after I apply it, so I'm just softly blending to make sure there's no harsh lines. I'm going to go over this cream shadow now with Laura Mercier Face Illuminator in Seduction. So I'm going to apply just a little bit of this right over it. It's a beautiful kind of bronzy color, but it's also sheer. And the look that we're going for is more kind of soft and blown out, so we don't want to have too heavy of an eyeshadow. Okay, so I'm going to go now and give her her crease a little bit of definition. I'm going to use the Master Palette by Mario. This is sold out, guys, but I'm sure many of you have it. And I'm going to mix these three matte shades, Violetta, Isabel, and Lula. And I'm going to just apply that right to the crease to give some definition. I'm going to take the shade Hollywood from the same palette. I'm just going to lightly apply right to the brow bone. And Hollywood is like a sheer golden color.
How many palettes do you have? Are you willing to sell some to the viewers?
I actually don't have a lot.
I have 5 of them.
How do you have 5? I only gave you 2.
Because I'm Kim motherfucking Kardashian West, honey.
Oh, excuse me. And then I'm going to take this little eye pencil here, Urban Decay 24/7 in Smog, and just very, very small line into the lashes. I don't want the line to be too obvious. We're doing this just for definition. A lot of what goes into this is the pressure that you're applying when you're doing the makeup. You have to kind of train your hand to hold back when you're doing things like this to get it to look very natural. I'm going to start out with just a little bit of a corrector under the eyes. You can use any kind of peachy corrector just to kind of get that darkness concealed a little bit. So now instead of using a typical heavier concealer that we normally use, I'm going to use something a little softer, more natural. This is the Laura Mercier Candle Glow Concealer and Highlighter. I'm mixing numbers 2 and 3. It's like a click pen. And what the number 2 is going to do is going to highlight more since it's lighter. I'm going to use a little bit of it to highlight the bridge of the nose. No matter how natural we go with the makeup, we will contour and highlight forever. You can blend that with your fingers or a sponge. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the number 3 now.
Remember when all we did was like duck face? That was like such a thing.
Duck face.
Duck lips or whatever it was.
Yes.
Kissy face, because it would give us like cheekbones.
So now I'm just blending that number 3 over it to get a really nice natural blend. So I'm going to go now with a brown pencil. I'm using the Kylie Cosmetics True Brown K. This is a lip pencil, I believe, but I'm using it. I like to use it a lot on the eyes. It's a really pretty shade of brown. I just use it very lightly. And then I'm going to take a clean brush, just smudge that. Don't be afraid to kind of smudge that down a little bit. This look I kind of like to be a little more messier, not so perfect. And then using a brush now, I'm going to put a little bit of a matte eyeshadow just right over that. And what that's going to do, it's going to intensify the color a bit, but it's also going to set that pencil in place so that it doesn't run down your eyes. And I'm going to set the under eye area. I'm going to take the Laura Mercier translucent powder and just apply some to set all of that concealer with a slightly bigger brush. And I'm going to just lightly powder the skin. Not too much though, especially just in the T-zone area, because this look again is going to be glowy. And using a little small brush that I've wet, I'm applying the shade Marina and Fifth Avenue mixed from the Master Palette just into the inner corners to open and separate. And Kim loves this little look where you apply the light shimmer to the inside. I'm going to now put some mascara on. This is the Wow by Woju Double Trouble Extra Volume and Curl Mascara. I'm going to take a little bit of the Shade and Illuminate Intensity 1 Tom Ford, applying a little bit to the jawline here. And I'm not really rubbing because I don't want to rub off the base that we applied, so I'm just almost like patting it into the skin, and I'm just applying it slightly to the hairline. And if you like to contour, this is a great way to do it for every day, not the heavy full coverage stripes that you guys see a lot on the internet. Coming from the king and queen of contour.
Mm-hmm. Don't ever forget it.
And I'm going to take the same Laura Mercier powder and just set what I've just done, because I'm going to be using a powder bronzer over that. If you want to prevent blotchiness or muddiness, you want to set the cream with a little powder before you apply powders over it. Now that the top mascara has dried, I'm going to apply the bottom mascara using the same mascara. This is just a lash guard to protect the skin. This is the Surge Luten's bronzer, and I'm going to apply this to the cheeks.
Hold on, Kylie heard that you said that your master palette sold out more than hers, so she's calling. Hey, I tried to tell him, you know, that yours sold more than his.
Hers is not included though, because hers is not in stores.
It doesn't matter, in stores, online, it's all the same thing. I'm filming a makeup tutorial right now, and Mario did an intro saying that his eyeshadow palette was the best selling of 2016.
Kylie, she's lying.
And I said, no, it wasn't. It was Kylie's. Stop lying.
Kylie, she's lying.
Back to bronzing. This bronzer is very, very pricey. So for you guys at home, there's tons of bronzers. We like to use bronzers that don't have any shimmer or too much shine in them. This one I only use on her when she's behaving as a little treat. And when she has an attitude, I use the really cheap stuff on her. This highlighter that I'm going to use is Laura Mercier. This is the Addiction shade, the Face Illuminator. I'm just going to apply that right to the cheekbones. And this shade is a beautiful sheer golden color. And then I'm going to take a little bit and apply it right to the Cupid's bow and the bridge of the nose. We're going to do a little bit of blush. This is the Luminoso 05. It's a Milani Cosmetics. You just need to use a little bit on the cheeks, and it gives a beautiful kind of peachy glow to the cheeks. Using a matte bronzer, this is the Smashbox bronzer. I'm going to contour her nose softly. I like the contour, especially the contour that's on the nose, to be very, very soft and natural, because when you're in person with someone, you don't want them to be able to see two stripes coming down the sides of your nose. I'm going to use this Appa Beauty Lip Loofah. You just apply this a little bit. You can use your fingers when you're doing it on yourself. And this is going to really plump up the lips. It's going to exfoliate them and give you a nice smooth surface when you apply your lip products. You know, I'm using a makeup wipe just to kind of remove that off. I'm using Kylie lip liner in Exposed, doing like a soft nude creamy lip. I'm gonna just mix a few nude shades from my little custom palette here. Most of the time, this is how I choose shades. I just mix a bunch of them. And I'm gonna use this Appa Blue Lip Shine by Appa Beauty as well. This has light reflecting blue crystals in it, and what that actually does is reflects light, makes your teeth actually look a lot whiter and brighter. Great for photos especially. So I'm going to take this Cargo pencil here. It's basically like a skin colored pencil, and I'm just going to apply that to the inner rims of the eyes, or the waterline. And again, that opens up the eyes. And then to finish off, I'm going to use the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I'm going to spray. This is going to add a beautiful glow to the skin. And that's it, guys. Here's our shimmer and shine look. I hope you guys have fun recreating it at home. Tag us on Instagram and show us your looks. Bye, guys.